What if I told you the top 1% of earners are working 4 hours a week and producing more than most people do in 40? This isn't a fantasy. This isn't a productivity hack. This is the reality of what happens when you stop using AI as a tool and start using AI as your operating system. I want to show you exactly how the top earners are compressing their work weeks from 40 hours down to 4. Not by working harder, by building AI systems that work while they sleep. And so here's the problem. Most people use AI wrong. They use it like a faster search engine. They ask it a question, get an answer, and move on. That is the equivalent of using a Ferrari to drive 5 miles per hour to the grocery store. You have one of the most powerful technologies in human history, and you are using it as a slightly better Google. The top earners think about AI completely differently. They don't ask what AI can do for them. They ask what outcome they want, and then reverse engineer the AI system to produce it automatically. Let me give you the 3 systems that every 4-hour worker has in place. System 1 is what I call the intake filter. The average knowledge worker receives over 120 emails, 40 Slack messages, and 15 meeting requests every single day. Each one is a micro-interruption that fragments your attention and destroys deep work. The intake filter is an AI system that processes every single inbound communication before you see it. It categorizes, it prioritizes, it drafts responses, it deletes what doesn't matter. When you sit down at your desk, you don't see 120 emails. You see 3 things that actually need your attention. Everything else has been handled. That alone saves 2 to 3 hours per day. System 2 is what I call the creation engine. This is where you stop creating content piece by piece and start creating content systems. Most people sit down every day and try to create from scratch. They stare at a blank page. They struggle. They waste 80% of their creative energy just getting started. The creation engine flips this. You feed it a rough idea, a voice memo, a bullet point list, and it produces 80% finished work that you then spend 20% of your time polishing. Instead of spending 4 hours writing a video script, you spend 20 minutes recording your thoughts and 10 minutes polishing what the AI produces. Same quality output, 8x less time. System 3 is what I call the decision delegator. This is the hardest one to implement because it requires you to let go of control. Most of your work week isn't doing, it's deciding what to prioritize, what to reply, what meeting to accept, what to delegate. Decision fatigue eats more hours than actual work. The decision delegator is an AI system that makes 90% of your operational decisions for you. It schedules your day. It prioritizes your tasks. It tells you what to work on and in what order. You wake up, open your dashboard, and it tells you, here are your 3 priorities today. Here is what to ignore. Here are the decisions I already made. Now go execute. Now, here is the part that most people don't want to accept. Building these 3 systems takes time up front. About 40 hours of focused work to set up. Most people hear that and they stop. 40 hours of setup for a system that then saves you 36 hours every single week for the rest of your career. That is not an expense. That is the highest ROI investment you will ever make. Think about that for a second. 1 week of focused work gives you back 36 hours every week forever. Name another investment with a return like that. But here is where it gets even more interesting. Once your 3 systems are running, you don't just save time. You produce more. Because now, instead of spending your mental energy on emails and scheduling and first drafts, you spend it on the 20% of work that actually moves the needle. Strategy, creative direction, relationship building, the things only you can do. Let me give you a real example. I know a consultant who used to spend 30 hours per week on client research, proposal writing, and follow-up emails. He built the 3 systems. Now he spends 2 hours per week on those same tasks. He used the freed up 28 hours to take on 3 more clients. He tripled his income. Same person, same expertise. But by compressing the operational work, he multiplied his capacity to do high-value work. That is the real power of the 4-hour AI work week. So let me give you the exact 7-day setup plan. Day 1 and 2. Build your intake filter. Audit every type of communication you receive. Map the decision tree for each one. Build the AI prompts that handle them. Day 3 and 4. Build your creation engine. Record your creative process. Where do ideas come from? How do you turn ideas into output? Build AI workflows for each step. Day 5 and 6. Build your decision delegator. List every recurring decision you make. What to work on first. Which emails need a response. What meetings to accept. Create decision rules and AI prompts for each one. Day 7. Integration day. Connect all 3 systems. Test the full pipeline. Refine the prompts. Remove the friction. By Sunday night, your AI operating system should be running without you. On Monday morning, you will experience something most people never feel. You will sit down at your desk, and the work will already be done. Your inbox filtered, your content drafted, your decisions made, your schedule optimized. All you have to do is the high-value creative work that only you can do. The average person looks at AI and sees a way to do their current work slightly faster. The top earner looks at AI and sees a way to completely redesign what work even means. You have to hold the line. Build your intake filter. Build your creation engine. Build your decision delegator. Invest the 40 hours. Then watch your work week collapse from 40 hours to 4.